Julio Ribeiro served as Director General of the Punjab Police at the height of Sikh terrorism in the mid-1980s. He adopted an aggressive campaign to flush out militancy from the state. Ribeiro, in this interview to Mint, recounts his experiences dealing with Sikh militancy when it was at its height. First, sir, it's been 30 years, and from your understanding of what happened then, where do you see the situation now? I know there's no terrorism, etc., but is there any possibility that at any time in the foreseeable future those things could be raked up again, considering the socio...
I don't think so. Because, this was a form of terrorism that is these experts call the nationalist form. Whereas there are two forms, the ideological form, that is more or less left extremists, etc.
Yes, sir, the Naxals.
And this one is more nationalist, as they say. People want to use violence in order to get a political advantage.
Right, sir.
A new state, a separate state. That is what they normally try. And they have never succeeded, incidentally.
Right, sir.
But the only way, the classical form of ending this type of terrorism, which is very hard to eradicate, is to first win over the hearts and minds of the community to which the terrorists belong.
Right, sir.
And because that is perhaps even more important than going after the brainwashed terrorists who are not going to reform in any case. So this twin approach has to be made, like it was done in Ireland.
Yes.
With the Basques, everywhere. In Ireland was particularly so.
Right, sir.
So a military solution does not really solve the problem, though of course you will tell me that in Sri Lanka it was solved like that. But normally it isn't. You have to win over the hearts and minds of the community to which the terrorists belong.
Sir, I sort of wanted to ask you, you were of course not there during the 1984 operation when it happened, but you were there post facto, sir. What was it that you people did as the police force and, essentially the law enforcement agencies of the state did, and even the intelligence agencies, that actually brought the situation in control and eventually sort of led to, if I may say, a cessation of violence by the mid-90s, sir?
You see, the police did whatever they could in order to chase and eliminate or get rid of all those people who had taken up the gun.
Right.
But that does not solve the problem, and they are always replaced. Normally, those cadres are usually replaced. So it doesn't solve any problem, and if anybody says that it has been, the war has been won by the gun, I respectfully disagree. The real reason why it stopped is because the people of Punjab, that is the Sikh Jat farmer, they decided that it is not in their interest to have this going. And they are the ones who really stopped it. Because as long as they were sympathetic, not positively sympathetic, but even clandestinely sympathetic to the terrorist cause, saying that they are our boys, they are not taken up arms for themselves, they get nothing out of it, they are doing it for the Sikhs.
Right.
As long as that feeling was there, it was difficult to eradicate terrorism. But once that feeling went off and they turned against the terrorists, then it so happened that terrorism was eradicated there. And I don't think it will establish itself.
Is there a parallel that can be drawn in other states, and maybe something right could be done about the Naxal problem? I know the issues are different and I know the contexts are very different, sir.
See, after this 26/11 in Bombay, I met the Prime Minister. I talked to him, Manmohan Singh, because I knew him from my Punjab days.
Right, sir.
And I suggested to him that, look, the same principle that settled the Punjab problem should be also tried out with this jihadi form of terrorism.
Right.
Because I work for communal harmony in the city of Mumbai, and I can definitely say that common Muslim, the ones who stay in the slums and in the, in these crowded Muslim localities, they are not at all interested in jihad or something like that. They are more interested in making their daily living. So if we can convince them, go out of our way, get the mullahs also, some of them who are quite understanding, that to tell them that this is not the way, even if they feel that they are aggrieved, like Sikh militants were,
right,
this is not the way to do it. And to say that the great mass of the people of that community are against them. And then, if they are treated with respect and treated with dignity, and shown that they are respected citizens, if they have the confidence, particularly of the police, then they would give up these persons who come. You see, after all, you must understand that the jihadi terrorists will be staying in Muslim localities, not among the Hindus.
That's correct, sir.
Then who will tell you that there are these fellows who have come, they are not known, we do not know who they are, and suspicious movements, there are suspicious people. All that can be done only by the people of that community. They will do it if they have the confidence of the police and if they feel that they are being treated with dignity and with respect. So I told him that we in the Mohalla committee are trying our best to do it, but the government should go all out. And the police itself should be brainwashed about the method of tackling this.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed for your time, sir. It was wonderful talking to you.
Thank you.